We did end up having the vet out for Coco this morning. For those that didn't see the update last night, she came in to the barn for the night because she was seeming a little bit colicky, and I was still at the airport when she started having like colic symptoms. She was not really feeling herself, was trying to roll. From what the people at the barn said, that they listened to her guts and it didn't sound like there was a whole lot of movement. But then before I got home, she did poop a couple of times and seemed perkier when I got home after we'd already given her Banamine and electrolytes and all the things that we would normally do. She just seemed last night more so upset that she was separated from her friends. But as you can see, like, she's just not really herself. She still doesn't feel great. The vet was out because this morning she had a fever of 103. Normally like 101, 100 is like 101 is about as high as you'd want it. And then she was having diarrhea, which said, that's bad. We need to get horses away from her. But here's the thing. She was going to freak out. Janice was already exposed to her until last night. So it felt like she was the safest option, and she was exposed to the mini babies overnight. But for now, we're just going to take their temperatures, monitor them, and we put them outside until we figure out if this is bacterial or viral. I personally believe it's going to come back that it's bacterial because she's the only one acting off, and she's the only one that was bred multiple times this week by Ruler. She was live covered. And so sometimes, even though I don't think Ruler is necessarily like quote unquote dirty, just the like multiple exposures and they're outside, it can introduce some outside bacteria inside and then cause an infection. So we made sure to give her 2 sources of water, gave her electrolytes, made sure that we got antibiotics in her, gave her Banamine again. She does seem a lot calmer. We're keeping her cool. We're keeping her under a fan. If she does continue to have a fever, her fever's down right now. We might, incorporate ice boots. We might incorporate cold hosing, things like that. She, I think, is exhausted right now. I think she's sleeping because I don't think she slept a whole lot last night. I watched her on the cameras until like 12. And on the cameras, she didn't seem, like I said, she had firm poop last night. She didn't seem like she was really that upset. Like I saw her with her hip cocked and just standing on cameras. So I didn't have a whole lot of reason to worry last night. And so once we decided we were putting the foals out, we were like, oh, we need to bring Janice in for her. And my take on her current situation, after she's had all of her meds and she's had ulcer guard, we're trying to keep her belly happy. I personally think she's exhausted, and so she's probably just sleeping now that she has her friend Janice here to keep her calm. And so that's kind of where we're at. We're waiting on her blood panel to come back. We sent a fecal into the vet, making sure that there's nothing that she can pass on to other horses. We're going to keep the mini barn pretty much locked in on these 2 at the moment, just so that, she doesn't touch noses with anybody else if it is viral, but we should know within like a day or 2 what it is. So for right now, wherever any of the miniatures are, they're staying there. Janice, will keep a close eye on her temperature just to make sure she doesn't have one, but she has not acted weird at all. So we're just kind of monitoring, giving her a small bit of hay, making sure she's drinking, but that's where we're at. So let me know if you have any questions, and just say a little prayer that it's bacterial and that it is only with Coco and that it's something that antibiotics can clear up quickly and we can get her back to feeling good.